The Straw Hats have gotten insanely strong over the course of the previous few arcs. It's quite hard to believe that these are the same pirates who were not even considered a threat by the world government. Anyway, I'm pretty sure all of us have wondered just how strong will Luffy and his gang get at the end. I mean, they're already quite strong, but it's not like they've reached their full potential. They can still reach newer heights and get even more powerful. Well, you guys don't have to worry about all this, because we've got you covered. Following some thorough research, we've formulated some theories regarding the Straw Hats' potential and just how strong they'll get at the end. Without any further ado, let's dive right into it. First up, let's talk about our favorite Chopper. People tend to really underestimate this little fella, because his bounty is low, but they don't understand the reason behind it. Chopper has always been considered a pet by the world government and not a real threat. This is the only reason his bounty is low. Otherwise, he's strong AF. We've witnessed his potential in the Wano arc against Queen. Talking about Chopper's devil fruit, Hito no Mi allows him to transform into a human and reindeer hybrid using some yellow pills. However, I'm pretty sure that Chopper will be able to acquire this form without the use of these pills and maintain it for a longer duration. Another interesting thing that I'd like to mention here is that Chopper might also add armament haki into his arsenal. Well, he's already quite strong physically, but armament haki would further enhance his physical prowess and make him a force to be reckoned with. To be honest, I'm not expecting any significant power upgrades for Chopper by Oda-sensei. I mean, he's just a side character, and in the end, we all know how they get treated. Next up, we have Nami. Alongside Chopper and Usopp, Nami have been considered a part of the weakling trio, but that's a thing of the past now. Ever since Nami got Zeus, she's achieved some crazy feats and is no longer considered a weakling. She basically resigned from the trio. Now, the main question here is, how will Nami get even stronger? One thing that can happen here is that Nami might just consume a devil fruit, and the interesting part is that Oda has even mentioned this in the SBS. According to Oda, the hypothetical name of her devil fruit is Goro Goro no Mi. We've already witnessed some instances where Oda brought the SBS stuff into the manga. Despite all this, it's highly unlikely that Nami will acquire a devil fruit. So let's talk about something more realistic. I personally believe that observation haki would best suit Nami, as it would allow her to utilize Zeus far better. Then we have Brook. Well, he's another member of the weakling trio, but trust me, he can become one of the strongest members of the Straw Hats. Just like Nami, there's a massive possibility that Brook might just learn observation haki and support his comrades. He cannot just acquire armament haki because there's no muscle or anything for that. Let's just keep this haki thingy aside and talk about his devil fruit. We might be seeing Brook's devil fruit awakening, and even though we don't know what will happen, I'm sure that it will be insane. At this point, we know that Brook can split his soul and take the form of a ghost, and with his awakened devil fruit, there's a possibility that he can do this with others as well, and even consume their souls. This will allow Brook to utilize other devil fruit abilities, and make him pretty overpowered. Whatever we say, this seems highly unlikely because Brook is a side character. Now let's talk about Franky. At this point, Franky is overwhelmingly strong. His physical abilities were enough to defeat Sasaki in Wano, and it was a one-sided battle. In my opinion, Franky is one of those guys with unlimited potential. Being a cyborg, Franky can always integrate stronger materials into his body and make himself even stronger. Besides all this, there's a possibility that Franky might also acquire armament haki. Considering his physical prowess, armament haki would make him insanely overpowered, and he might well rival the strongest characters in the series. Another interesting thing I'd like to mention is Pluton. In case you don't know what Pluton is, it's an ancient weapon or a ship that holds immense power. And how is Franky even related to this ship? Well, Franky's the guy who had Pluton's blueprints in the beginning, and there's a massive possibility that Franky might just build and even control Pluton. That would be insane, right? What about Usopp? Usopp is a highly underrated character in my opinion. I mean, my man has survived all this time without any significant power-up, and is somehow keeping up with everything. Hats off to him. Anyway, talking about Usopp's power-up, there's a massive possibility that he might acquire observation haki, and being the sniper, that would benefit him a lot. Besides that, he can also get a devil fruit, but that's highly unlikely. That would be a lack of creativity by Oda if he just grants him a devil fruit. Another interesting thing I'd like to mention here is the Elbaf Island arc. Fans have been speculating that it would be Usopp's arc, considering that it revolves around giants, and we already know that Usopp gets along pretty well with giants. He might become their leader. I mean, who knows what Oda is cooking up for Usopp. Now let's talk about Robin. She's our beloved Robin-chan. Robin is an underrated character in my opinion. Well, we haven't even seen her fight properly. All these years, and her first proper battle was during the Wano arc, where she acquired Demonio Fleur, that allows her to spawn a massive figure of herself with wings. Now the question here is if we can consider this as a devil fruit awakening. We've witnessed that Devil Fruit awakenings allow the users to affect their surroundings freely, which Robin is already doing with her Demonio Fleur. This basically means that she has already awakened her Devil Fruit and we won't be seeing any power-ups. Despite this, there's still some room for improvement in the case of Haki. If it's Robin, we can say that she might acquire all 3 Haki, and that would be pretty insane, right? You cannot just underestimate Robin here. Next up, we have Jinbe on this list. Like most fans, I want to see that fish man get even stronger, but it seems like Jinbe has already reached his potential. At this point, he just needs a battle to showcase his true abilities. One potential upgrade Jinbe might get in the future is the awakening of Conqueror's Haki. Don't at me, but Jinbe has that dog in him. Considering that Conqueror's Haki is all about one's willpower, Jinbe is a strong candidate for its awakening. My man went up against the Sea Emperor and didn't even flinch a little. That moment was just insane. Besides this, we can also consider Jinbe getting a Devil Fruit or something like that, but we haven't really seen any fishmen with Devil Fruits, so that's highly unlikely as well. All we can do is hope that Jinbe gets some random power-up out of nowhere, otherwise my man is cooked. Next up, we have Blackleg Sanji. Sanji's role during the Wano arc has been quite significant, and being one of the Straw Hats' main fighters, he's bound to get even stronger. Well, most people were expecting Sanji to get some insane power-up during Wano, but all we got was him realizing his genetic potential. Well, he managed to defeat Queen with that, so that's surely some crazy power-up. There's a massive possibility that Sanji will unlock more secrets regarding his genetics and acquire some crazy skills. Besides all this, Sanji is also the prince of Germa Kingdom, and we might even see him commanding its army at some point. That would be insane. Just imagine Sanji pulling up with his army during the final war. I might just pass out from that. Now we have Zoro. We'll talk about Luffy's right-hand man, Roronoa Zoro. Besides Luffy, Zoro is the only Straw Hat with an end goal that's related to getting stronger. I mean, Zoro wants to get stronger than Mihawk and become the strongest swordsman, so it makes sense that he'll get even stronger as the series progresses. One thing I'd like to see here is Zoro acquiring a Supreme Blade, considering that Mihawk has one, and some of the strongest characters of the series had them too. Without that, it's quite difficult to see how Zoro will be stronger than Mihawk. Zoro also needs to work on his sword blackening skills and make his katana even darker. Besides all this, Zoro has already mastered Advanced Armament and Conqueror's Haki, so the only thing left here is Advanced Observation Haki. Anyway, Zoro will definitely get stronger than Mihawk, and that would be insane. Now, the only Straw Hat left is the captain, Monkey D. Luffy. Just like Zoro, it's quite easy to visualize just how strong Luffy will get at the end. His end goal is to become the Pirate King, and for that to happen, he has to defeat Akainu and Blackbeard. The thing is, I just can't imagine how Luffy can get even stronger than he is now. I mean, he's already awakened his Devil Fruit and proclaimed that this is his peak. He has also mastered all 3 Advanced Haki and even defeated Kaido in a battle. The only thing that he can improve here is his grip on Gear 5 and figure out ways to conserve energy. Well, that's all folks. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything. Peace out. Hope you liked the video. If you want to see another cool anime video, click on the one on your screen right here. Go ahead, click it. See you later. Bye!